In this video, I'm taking you through the lighting system that we just installed in this full-sized gym that doubles as a worship space. When designing for this space, we had to navigate not only what was going to look great, but also what solutions were durable enough to put up with week in and week out punishment and danger from things like volleyballs and basketballs. So come with me on a journey of all things lighting to see what solutions we ended up going with. All right, for lighting in this space, we're gonna start with the house lights, and I think these are some of my favorite house lights that we've installed. These are from Meteor Lighting. These are called Rev 8 Prime lights, and this is a recessed option for this light, and I really do love both the color and the brightness of these lights. So this is a normal size, pretty good size gym, seats probably, like Jake said, 400, 500, maybe even up to 600 people if you really stuffed the room full. And there are only 15 of these lights. So right now, these are plenty bright for any church service. They're not quite bright enough with only 15 of them for a gym use. So if you were gonna play basketball or something, you still would turn on their normal utility lights. But for a church service, plenty bright. And the beauty of them is they are a full RGBW fixture. And I do have to say that I've worked with a lot of RGB lights over my time here at Churchfront and before, and these might be some of my favorite RGBW fixtures. I think the colors on them are just so smooth. I really like the greens and blues. I think that's some place that a lot of cheaper LED lights just don't look as good, is in the greens and blues, and these really just look fantastic. So that is the house lights for this space. For front lighting, like Jake said when we were going through how do we put lights up in a space that are friendly for a gym environment, meaning that if they get hit by a ball, one, they're robust enough not to get hurt, but two, they also can get reset to a new position very, very easily. Well, we went with all moving lights for our front lights. So there's a reason we did that. We wanted them to all really be able to be aimed somewhere else very quickly in case something happens. So in this instance, we have actually 10 front light wash and spots in the space. We have 2 Maverick Force S spots, and if I highlight just those here, you'll see those go on. Primarily right now, they're using those for a front wash below the front of their stage. The reason we really like these is these are a lot more directional than a normal wash light because they work almost more like an ellipsoidal light, but they're more of a profile fixture where they have a lot of options. So we have several of these across the back line as well that we're using for some eye candy lighting. For their normal stage wash, we are actually just using 8 Rogue R2X washes from Chauvet. These fixtures light up this entire stage really well, and again, they are a full color fixture, so if they wanted to do a color on their front wash, they absolutely could, but for the most part, like we've said on this channel before, you don't want your front wash to have color, so we've got them set to a really good color temperature that looks really good on skin tones, and it makes people look really good on stage. So right now we've got 8 of those lights lighting up pretty much their entire stage with some front wash fixtures. For the hair lights and kick lights, we went with primarily 12 Pro Church Lights kick lights. These, like we've shown before on this channel, are a full RGBW fixture, and the reason we went with these is honestly they are a much more affordable fixture than a lot of other wash lights and kick lights out there. So these look really great just as a hair light for everyone on your team on stage. It's easy to get good color. They're a very wide fixture, so they hit pretty much the whole stage with 12 of them, and this is a very large stage. This is probably one of the larger stages that I've been a part of setting up in the recent past. So like I said, I have 4 Maverick Force S spots from Chauvet on that back line as well. And these are really great fixtures. These have a lot of capabilities. We've got a couple different gobo wheels that we can use. We've got a full color wheel that we can go through to change colors on these. On top of that, they have a full RGB color wheel as well, so we can go through the spectrum of colors even before we put a color wheel over top of them, so you can actually combine color wheel and color together. They have prisms, so that if we went to a gobo here, split them up into 3 by using the prism, they got a 3-facet prism, and I can make that prism spin by setting the speed on which that prism spins. Gives a really cool look there. And we've got another video on our YouTube page that covers a lot of the features of these lights, but these work great as backline eye candy lights from above and below. In this case, we do have a couple lights on the stage, but those are a different light. So what we also have in the space is 4 R1E Spots from Chauvet. These are, again, very, very powerful, very bright lights, and they also have some gobo features on them. And if I can get those in focus here, I can do the exact same thing with those 4 lights and actually have those split off into a prism as well. We can also make that prism start rotating. And we've got some very cool eye candy lights on the stage with all of those. In this space, we actually implemented 2 hazers. These are the Radiance Hazers from Ultratech, and we have 2 of these, one on each side of the stage. Now, they don't have really great airflow in this room, so we are shooting both of those hazers directly into small little fans from Home Depot to try and spread that haze out quicker. And last but certainly not least are these Portman P2 Evo lights. We've got 4 of these on the stage, and these are really, really cool fixtures. I was actually a little skeptical of these fixtures when Jake showed them to me because they just look like some basic blinders, but what they have is they have some edge lights that are full RGBW, so I can do all of the things I can do with normal colored lights, but then they also have a center light fixture on them that is very, very bright, and so these can actually be used as blinders on top of some color splashes as well. So the ability to have all of that in one fixture, I just think really makes these special lights. They're a little expensive, but they are doing a lot. It's a lot of light. You can tell from that like how bright they are. You only need a few of these on a stage to really make a significant difference to what your stage looks like. I wanted to just walk you through some of the presets and settings we have for their service. So right here, we've got a pre-service look. We've got a countdown video setting here, which brings down the stage lights, an opening video setting that just kind of drops everything down a little bit, kind of keeps just those Portmans on, and then we've got some worship settings, and basically they're not doing a ton of extreme worship setting setups at this point. They've got the potential and the ability to do that in the future, but we wanted to give them some basics to learn how to use this system, and these are just some different looks and colors that we gave them for their normal weekend setup. I'm just kind of walking through these for you to see all the different colors that we've got set up for their weekend services. And then obviously we can go to their sermon setting here so that during the sermon, a lot of those movers kind of come down a little bit. We're just using the kick lights in order to keep the focus on the pastor at the front. And then at the end of their service, they almost always have something that happens right there on the floor during their benediction. And so we've got a setting where the lights actually turn up on the front floor there in order to light up the pastor as he speaks through the benediction on his way out of service. If you're looking at your space right now and thinking, we need to upgrade our lighting, but I have no idea where to start, well, we can help. Head over to churchfront.com and check out our premium membership. You'll get access to our full course library on everything from lighting design to system programming and mixing. You can also book a one-on-one AVL consult call where we can help you think through the best solutions for your specific space and budget. And perhaps one of the most underutilized and most impactful options for our premium membership is the ability to join our group coaching calls, where you can speak with one of our coaches and ask questions about whatever challenges you're facing in your church tech world. Whether you're working with a gym space like this one or you've got a traditional sanctuary, we'd love to help create something incredible. So head to churchfront.com and we'll see you in the next tour.